All right, good to see everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. Beautiful day. What questions you have?
John, we heard about the news with Malik. Have you had a chance to speak to him? And we were told it was not life-threatening, but do you know the severity of it?
Not had a chance to speak with him. I don't think it's severe at all. They're in the process of getting it checked out with the doctors. I haven't heard back on that report yet, but it was in the lower leg, I think. So I'm optimistic that it's going to be okay. Feel bad for the situation. Happy that he's okay. You know, very grateful that he's okay and not hurt worse. I mean, anything can happen, and it's just a tough situation.
Hey, Coach, over the weekend we saw this interview with Coach Tony Dungy. How was it for you to bring out those memories back again?
I'm not familiar with the interview. Which one are we talking about?
I don't know. It was premiere on this weekend. You talked about your beginnings and.
With Tony Dungy?
Yeah, Tony Dungy. Yes.
The last time I talked with Coach Dungy was like 2 years ago, and we did a.
So it was an old interview then.
Yeah, it was an older interview, but yeah. So I'm going to have to think about what we talked about. I've talked to him a number of times, and I always enjoy the conversations tremendously. He's a great. I mean, obviously, he's one of those guys that you look up to, and over the years I've tried to model certain things after him for sure. One of the greatest coaches in the history of the game, without question, and one of the best people in the history of the game. So I hope the interview was good. Was it good? Okay.
So we're excited to see it.
Oh, good. Okay.
John,
Sorry about that.
John, there's already been a kind of a blockbuster trade today. I know you're not going to get into specifics, but do you go in, given how difficult it is to make these deals, not expecting anything and just keep in touch with Eric, or do you think this could be a different year in that regard?
Well, I mean, we've made trades before, so anything's possible. I have every time that we've been involved with anything, every trade deadline, I think it goes down to the end. You never know; things happen fast. So yeah, you go in. We have our team. I really like our team. We have everything we need on our team right now. But if we can be improved, and if it's mutually beneficial to both teams, you're excited about something like that. But I'm not really counting on it. We're just getting ready for the Vikings right now, and as coaches, that's what we're focusing on.
John, you mentioned the Vikings. How much do you like the opportunity when the team you're getting ready to play is playing in prime time, and you kind of get that? It's not the all 22, but you get that early viewing, so to speak.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You watch it more as a fan. You kind of get a feel and just watch the game and see how it goes. But it's a lot different watching the coaching tape up here today. It's just a completely different perspective. I mean, it's funny. I watch as a coach. I bet most coaches would say this. We watch a lot of football. I mean, I see a lot of football games, but not on TV. So it's just a completely different experience watching the other tape. So on TV, it's not like I don't really learn that much. I just enjoy it more.
Are you kind of trying to hit the clicker?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, run that back. I think I saw something. You can't run it back. I guess you can, but I wouldn't know how to do it.
The little back arrow.
It's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
John, I know you do a lot of self-scouting during the bye. How far in advance do you even do advanced scouting? I know you have people that do advanced scouting, but for you and your coaching staff, how much in advance do you do advanced scouting on the teams that are ahead?
Well, we do. We go way out. We go way out with some of our advances. There's different aspects of our advanced scouting. We have scouts and young coaches that go out and go to games actually of teams that we're looking at. So we're in the process of doing that all throughout the season. We're looking at 2 games right now. We play 2 games in 5 days. So we've been looking at Minnesota and Miami, of course, you can imagine that. And that's what we've been doing for the last week. And also looking at ourselves, as you mentioned, a self-scout, very deep dive on ourselves and everything about us, And we've learned a lot. I think it confirmed more kind of what you already kind of knew and understood, but it's always good to get the numbers and then make some decisions going forward in terms of what gives you the best chance to play as well as you can. That's what you try to do. And we'll have a plan coming out of that, and hopefully it'll be successful.
John, statistically at least, they get the ball out quick. They don't go over the top a whole lot. I mean, do they closely resemble any of the other passing offenses that you guys have played so far?
They'll take their shots now. A lot of double moves, a lot of play action. They'll throw the ball down the field off of boots and off of their zone play action. It's the Kubiak system. Clint Kubiak now is the offensive coordinator, and he's a chip off the old block. He's definitely running his dad's system, and he knows it. Obviously, he can see very well. it kind of fits what they want to be as a team, I think, with Coach Zimmer. So, yeah, they do what they do. I don't really draw any comparisons too much, but it's kind of a proven system. You know, we've seen a lot of it over the years.
You certainly operated a lot with Gary Kubiak. You know, he was here at one point. Does that give you any kind of advantage, or is this kind of a difference maker and all?
Well, I mean, you know, there's some things. Yeah, the system is still intact, and the principles are still very much in play because it's all really good football. So we understand that. It was you know, it was good to be in, you know, kind of in the middle of it for a few years there, but every year is a new year. So.
What were your impressions of their defensive line?
Good, really deep, really talented. They play square, they play with their hands, they get off blocks really well, Mike. Very solid, you know, very impressive when you watch my tape. Inside backers the same. We got good edge setters, and then their inside backers, these guys know how to play, so it's a good front seven.
Hey, Coach, last week you mentioned one of the issues for the defense was the tackling. Is something that you guys prioritize this week for Week 9?
Well, we will. We have to because we have to get better. You know, we actually prioritize it all the time. It's not like we don't prioritize it, but we've got to keep coaching it. We got to coach it better. We got to do better. You know, it has to do. There's a lot that has to do with it. It's, you know, from understanding our responsibilities and doing our job to the technique of tackling, to the angles, the rotation of our secondary, to the fits of our linebackers, to just getting guys on the ground. I mean, there's a lot to it. And we'll be working on all those things. You have to. I mean, you have to be fundamentally great. If you're not fundamentally great, you have no chance. So it starts with that. If we want to be a good football team, we've got to be great at the little things. And we've got to keep chasing that.
John, I know coming off the bye, everyone hopes to get a little healthier. We're getting into our health-related portion of
How you ease into that.
Exactly.
You know, ease you into that.
Your thoughts on the chances of Latavius and Sammy coming back?
Yeah, they have a chance. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give you the same answer for all the guys. It was just, but really, it's kind of unique this week because they all have a chance. I mean, all those guys that you're talking to, ask me about, are all going to have a chance. Whether they make it or not is up in the air, and it really is up in the air. So it's perfect for me, you know.
Part of that group as well.
Yeah, he's in that group. He'll be practicing. Yeah.
Along those lines, you know, you aren't getting a lot of skill position players probably coming back in the next week or two or three, however long it takes. Is there a sense of excitement over just, you know, the ways in which your offense could potentially be as efficient as it is? I mean, you guys have won games passing for a lot and also running for a lot, big formations, small formations, et cetera.
There is. I mean, I feel like we have weapons, you know, if that's what you're talking about. And then, as you said, we're going to add a couple guys with Sammy coming back, and Nick's going to be back at some point, and, you know, running back Latavius will be back, you know, and I'm excited about where our offense can go. I just want to get it there, you know. Same thing on defense and still on special teams. So you kind of go back and forth between this is what we're capable of becoming. These are our issues. These are the areas that we really aren't going to, you know, we're going to be kind of what we are. So how can we make the most of that? And other areas where we have a chance to make a jump, maybe, you know, because the guys getting healthy. Other things we can take advantage of schematically because of the things we've done well that we can kind of build on, you know, and add to. All those things kind of at the bye you take stock of.
John, have you gotten any kind of a sense on the progress Juwan James is making? I mean, I know way back when you thought there was a chance he could play later in the season. Is there any more clarity on that?
Not clarity. I mean, it's still the same time frame, you know. I mean, he would have a chance in, you know, December probably, I guess. There's no setbacks. You know, he looks good. See him walking around. He's in the meetings. He's got great spirits. He's been running straight ahead. So it's November already. Time flies, right? Days are long, but the years are short. So us older guys like Mike, we can vouch for that, right? You're the oldest. Are you the oldest guy here right now? Look around. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
I'm right there with you.
Curious what a bye-week Halloween looks like in the Harbaugh household.
Really, we don't have anybody home, and our house is set so far back, nobody comes back. You know, it's like any kid. Like, remember when you were a kid, you had to make a determination, especially when you got a little older. You know, you're going for volume, right? You're not going to take long trips down driveways, right? It's not worth it.
Would your house have really big candy bars?
Well, if you were certain about what you were going to get, yeah, you'd have to know.
Would
So
it have been worth it for yours?
we haven't had a trick-or-treater like since we moved there. So I guess if someone came up and rang the doorbell, we'd have to come up with something big, yeah. But we don't even make any plans anymore. How bad is that?
So you're one of those like have to go and root around the kitchen.
Yeah, we would have to, right?
And if you get a banana or something.
You could do the Baker Mayfield with the nachos.
That's actually a good commercial. I got to give him credit. He's got good commercials. Yeah, it's funny commercials.
Should we end it there?
Any costume? Did you wear one?
No, gosh, no way, no way. What was I going to wear? A costume? I mean, what are we talking about here? Yeah, it's getting a little weird. All right, thanks. See you guys.